badge means shit now. People like me, they respect the code. I broke it.
I'd still carry my M9, but crazies don't get to keep their guns.
Just when we are doing right, pirates come and try and fuck our chances of ever having new lives.
We just played a co-op, but for the people at home who haven't played it, obviously, what can you tell us about it?
So, Far Cry 3 co-op is the first co-op we ever have in Far Cry. It's a big, custom-made, sort of spare no expense co-op. It's 6 missions, all new story, all new characters, you know, all new features. So it's not just a networked single player, or it's not just a horde mode. This is a full co-op offering with we got custom enemies, we got custom features, we got custom modes. So what we're doing is basically you're playing with 4 characters that they were working on a cruise ship. The cruise ship was attacked by the pirates that are roaming all these islands, the same pirates from single player. They decide to try to go back, get their money and get revenge on the captain that sold them out. And what you're doing is it's a 2 to 4 player co-op that you can play online, you can play it split screen with a friend, you can play it offline if you want to. So it's like everybody can play. And what you're doing is that you're constantly gaining experience points, and you can use these to build your loadout. And that is shared with multiplayer. So the co-op that we have here today and unveiled this week at E3 is basically it's joined at the hip with the multiplayer. So you can play either one and still you earn XP to level up and get access to more cool gadgets.
In the single player we have some like these psychedelic sequences. Will we see that as well in the co-op, or is it a separate given?
The insanity of the islands is something that it exists in single player and co-op and multiplayer. It's a very, very strong, Far Cry is not the military shooter. Far Cry is definitely all Far Cry. It's got, there's no rules on this island. The islands, it draws you in and it creates insane characters. So everybody that you meet or everybody that you play will in some way be affected by just the pure madness that happens when you have such an isolated place with so much violence and power that sort of is amassed. So our 4 characters in co-op, they have to try to stay sane and try to figure out how to work with each other as they fight their way to get their money back and get revenge on the captain that sold them out.
Okay, we have different classes in the co-op. We have like warrior, I think about 5 or 6 different classes. What can you tell us about that?
So you can build whatever loadout you want. There's no classes that are fixed. So you customize what gun do you want, what kind of assets do you want? Do you want proximity mines or grenades? Do you want a flak vest or body armor? What kind of sidearm do you want? Do you want a pistol or a flamethrower? And then we have abilities, so you can pick: do I want to be a fast character? Do I want to be a character that's really strong? And then of course we have the battle cries. So our all new feature, which is the battle cry. At any point, you can always do a shout out, and people around you will get a boost. They will have they will run faster or do more damage. And these you can also customize. So it's all about playing the game you want. Do you want to be a guy that runs in with a shotgun really close, or do you want to stay behind with a sniper rifle? It's all up to you, and you build your own class.
Do you feel like you really need to take advantage of the different weapons, or is it possible to play the missions with like 4 guys with the same weapons?
It's all up to you. The missions and all the levels are built to support any kind of play. So you don't have to feel forced. If one guy has a shotgun and you like a shotgun, you can totally choose shotguns. And then especially if you go in and make sure that the battle cry complements the sort of close range play. So for instance, with a shotgun, the shotgun is awesome close range, but the problem is the reload time, right? So then you probably want to set yourself up with a battle cry that increases the reload speed. So absolutely, don't worry if you're 4 friends and you all want to play with the shotgun, you're going to be able to go through all the missions without problem.
Right. How long does a mission take exactly, like approximately?
So we have 6 wonderful long missions, and they take about an hour to finish. But that's, you know, on normal difficulty.
Is it like an hour each or an hour?
Yeah, an hour. So it's like, but there's so much replayability because all the AI is so systemic, and there's so much randomization in what kind of AI, what kind of direction are they coming from. So we have lots of replayability, and you unlock new difficulty modes as you go along. So there's not just 6 hours, but you can play again and again and again.
All right, cool. So when is the game coming out?
So Far Cry 3 is coming out in September of this year.